Hi guys! So today I'm going to be showing you an educational website. This will be able to help you throughout the year with any lessons that you might be confused about or need some extra help. So what it is called is PhET. So what it is an interactive simulation website. It has a bunch of different simulations about different lessons. And it just kind of helps you get a better understanding of what you might need to kind of further your learning. So the website that you're going to search is phet.colorado.edu. When you press enter or search, you're going to get to this home page here. You'll know you're in the right place if it says PhET Interactive Simulations. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it shows 5 different subject areas, but you could, of course, you could always click on here to research and look into those, but the way that I think that works the best of navigating to right where you need to go is going to simulations and then by grade level. So we're going to click that. We'll click on elementary school because that's the grade that you guys are. And then all these different simulations are going to pop up here. So there's math, there's science, there's all kinds of good ones on here. At the very top, there's these 2 little icons. So if we click on this one, it's going to bring up a bunch of different named simulations. It's the same kind, it's just showing it in a different view. So if you need to find one directly, they're all listed in alphabetical order and it'll be listed by the name here. So if you're looking for area, this might be an easier way to navigate to that. Or you can go ahead and keep it on the thumbnail view so you can kind of see all the images and see which simulation you might be going into if you decide to choose it. So the one that I'd like to start explaining is all the way at the bottom here. It's States of Matter Basics. I'm using this because this is the lesson that we're learning about. And once you click on it, you're going to get to this page. So you can either press this play button or download. The play button's probably the best way, so you don't have to download it to your computer. It also will give you descriptions about what it goes over, some things for me here, and just all that good stuff. So we're going to go ahead and press play, and then it's going to bring you to this screen if you want to do the states or phase changes. For now, we're going to stay with the states. So we're going to click on that. We'll click solid first, which is this one. So you can tell this is a solid because all the molecules are tightly packed together. They're not really moving anywhere. Then when we get to a liquid, those molecules take up the space of the container, and you can kind of tell that they're not as packedly tight. They're moving a little bit more, so this is our liquid. And then the gas is going to be all over inside of our container since it's that evaporating state. So with water, it's the best way to describe it because our solid would be our ice cube, so it's tightly packed together. Liquid would just be like a glass of water. It's taking up the space of the container. And then gas would be when we boil the water and it evaporates, so it's all over. So that's that one. As you guys can see, we can kind of change these states. So if we had an ice cube, a solid, and we warmed it up, it should turn into a liquid, right? So as you can see, the more we warm it up, it's taking up that space of the container and looking more like the liquid did. And if we take a liquid and heat it up, it should turn into a gas. So let's see what happens there. So as you can see, those molecules are starting to move more and more and more and moving all over the container. This would be the evaporation of water. So there's that. So this simulation kind of just shows you a little bit more what these states of matter are going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and go back here to the simulation. And that's a really good one to understand how states of matter change and what a state of matter looks like in terms of the molecules, like the solids, the liquids, and the gases. So that's a really good one. We're going to go back. So this one would be great for what we're learning now, but as you can see, there's a whole bunch of different simulations for lessons if you're having struggles with anything that you're learning. So I know that another big struggle in school for kiddos is fractions sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and look at some fractions simulations and see if those would help you. So just for an example, we'll do equality fractions. So we're going to go ahead again and press this play button. And you can choose to do the lab or the game. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the game. So we'll click that, start at level 1, and as you can see there's various different shapes and numbers and fractions here, and we just need to make sure that they're equal. So for instance, we'll start with 3/4. Well, which one of these shapes is 3/4? This one is, because there's 4 total cuts and 3 of them are shaded. So we're going to go ahead and check that we're right, and we are. So we're just going to keep going with those. We'll do 1/3 next, and here's 3 cuts with 1 shaded, so that's 1 out of 3. Check, good. And yeah, you just kind of keep going this way. So 1/4, 4 cuts with 1 shaded. So there's a bunch of different games to test your knowledge and make sure that you're doing everything correctly, and kind of just get some additional practice. Is it a little bit more interactive than just some normal worksheet homework? So we're going to go ahead and do 1 whole now. So you can see these are both shaded completely. Okay, and then we have 2/3 of this rectangle and 2/3 of this circle. Okay, and then 1/2 of the square and 1/2 of the circle. Okay, and it'll show you how well you did. You just press continue. I did want to show you guys, so you can continue, you can use any of the simulations on this website at any time. I'm going to move me over here. But I did want to show you a nice little way that you can communicate with me from this. If you're having struggles with any of the simulations or lessons, or the simulations aren't making sense, anything like that, you can always just, try to put this here and say, oh, I don't understand which one would match with that. So something that you can do, which is really nice about this website, is there's these 3 little dots down here. You're going to click on that and then press screenshot. Down at the bottom here, it shows that screenshot, so we're going to click it, and then it opens a screenshot of that page. So you can go ahead and have your parents email me, or you can email me if you're comfortable, asking, what this is asking for, or you could email me and say, I'm just sending this screenshot so that I can ask you about it in class tomorrow, whichever way you guys want to do it. But that's also a really nice feature, is that ability to do screenshots. So yeah, guys, we're just going to go back, and that's pretty much what's nice about this website, is just all the interactive activities you can do to kind of further your knowledge on what we're talking about. So you can feel free to keep exploring the site, but I would definitely recommend doing simulations by grade level and going to elementary school, so you guys have a good idea of some subjects that you can look at. All right, well, thank you guys for listening, and I will see you soon.